checking in. Mala Boo Boo checking in. Lestrange, my guy with that hammer in the wood. There's Dawn. Everyone getting after it. Did you hear that news, Sam, about the former Sheriff Bill Ayu getting the job to be city manager? Yeah, there's still a vote, okay? There's going to be a vote coming up here, but don't worry. He's going to get a vote, at least not 7-0. 5-2, okay? Clean Up Ventura checked in. We know that the world's all restored. Isaac, my boy, in the Orange County checking in always. What's going on, Joe Dappy 21? I'm feeling the vibe as Clean Up Ventura sending the praise. Sam loves that Ventura Forward stream because we're back in that saddle, right? We're feeling comfortable. We're trying to get Instagram dialed in because the account keeps growing. If you're checking out on YouTube right now, props up live, okay? If on Instagram, I love you more because you're every day there right now. We're getting after it. That Bobby story, are you following the Clean Up Ventura? Give me a thumbs up if you're following the Bobby story. One more day, and she's driving up tomorrow. Does everybody understand what's going on about how we were cleaning up the beach? Sam, right? Sam's right here, my guy. I talked to him the whole show. If you don't know that, it's your first time tuning in. Okay, so with Sam here, knowing that we committed to cleaning up the beach, and Bobby was up there with the dogs that we know are Minnie, Rocket, and Mouse, okay? We know the names of the dogs. We know what's going up. That a boy, Danjar. What's up? Good to see you. Thumbs it up. My bubby. Let's go, Gar Guy. So, when you're doing this and you're working so hard, you forget about it. Dee keeps asking me, how are you feeling? Right? How are you feeling about helping out? I don't feel anything, to be honest. Because when you're doing something right and you're in the moment and you're being you just exist. And when I went up there and asked Bobby what her problem was and she wanted to accept Ventura Forward's help and Spencer's help, it was on. It was absolutely on. And there's been a lot of money involved, okay? But all the numbers are going to come out. I think we're going to be about $3,500, $3,500. Plus, she had assets, right, Sam? Like, she had the truck. Even though it was in really bad shape, there was still a couple drops of juice in that. The trailer might have been one drop. Shout out Robert. Shout out Robert and the boys for taking that trailer on and that project. If it wasn't for Ventura Forward, we couldn't get this done. So don't think that you're out there like thinking, oh, any government position could have got this done, right? Pfft, are you kidding me? You think anybody would have got to dump that RV and trailer on Elizondo Lagoon Drive for 2 days and dumped out 10 truckloads of trash? Who's doing that other than us? No one's doing that other than us. No one's getting away with that other than us, too. And that was the example. That was the good and bad example that happened there. If you're vibing on Instagram, let's go. YouTube, Sam, any checkers in? We got one? Okay, Sam hates it when I ask, but I love to piss him off, so that's why we're doing it. He never gets upset. That's the whole joke, too. It's impossible to make him mad. So I'm really trying my hardest. I'm going to keep asking that one question. He's maybe been mad a few times, but he would never admit it in person. Okay. Keep the money flowing. If you're loving the Ventura Forward content, I can't keep driving around town and doing this if you're not on Patreon. Cup of coffee. If you want to be a major sponsor, get after it. If you're thinking, man, Ventura Forward's the shit. He's the shizzle, right? How is he doing this? How is he providing this information that nobody else is providing? We're doing on the blood, sweat, and tears of the community, and my hard work and my wife working hard. Appreciate whoever gave that notification heart right there. That wasn't you, was it, Sam? That wasn't Sam. It was somebody else. The wifey's working hard. So with that being said, I'm going to get it to where you have to start sponsoring. Shout out Dee Dee's Dog Spot for coming through with Bobby huge. Without Dee, I couldn't have done this job in a sense, because today at the DMV, when she got the license and the license plates and some of these fees waived, it was unbelievable. There's got to be a faster process. I understand the DMV is a horrible place for everybody, but when you're trying to get somebody on the road and they have a bunch of fees, should we really have to be paying those fees if they're homeless and broke? I say yes, because everybody's accountable. But if there's point A and point B, and you know they're going somewhere, and they want to go somewhere, Sam, don't you think we can find a system out where we can exonerate those charges a little bit, right? And we've already heard about how homeless people can get more charges if they're beating people up. They get arrested, right? Why not make it easier for the people that are doing the least? Uh-oh. Sound the alarm. Whoop, whoop. Stephen Blanks has checked in. Ventura Forward's #1 person that loved to go live. Stephen, how are you doing? The Dodgers just beat the Athletics. Don't be too surprised. P.S. Stephen, you didn't call me back the other day when Bobby needed you. You were on the shit list. So, but if you still want to come in live here, Steve, we will accept you because you are our favorite ad as moderator. No, I can't do that. I definitely want to follow. Am I unfollowing Steve somehow? Steve, would you please request to join live here because you are Bell Arts Factory signs in, and we have an absolute infamous sighting here of the West Side. As I'm kidding around with everybody, I can't do live. Look at Steve. Steve, you're so cute. You're probably in your GMEs. Get back to Bill A.U., city manager. Okay. We've been focusing on that. You're thinking like, why is that? Why is it a big deal? Why is Spencer tripping? Why does he keep talking about this old sheriff? Is he like, love cops, cops, cops? It's not about cops. It's not about someone holding the gun. Those are cool things. Trust me. But when you have somebody, I want to determine something right now. Where's your hometown? Where were you born? Okay, where were you born? Wherever you were born, where'd you go to elementary school? Right? Who was your kindergarten teacher? Whose was yours, Sam?
Mrs. Sussman.
Mrs. Sussman. He knows right away. Right? Mrs. Powers for me, my first grade actually. Right? Kindergarten, I moved around a little bit. But you know exactly where you were at that point in time. That's the most important thing that you think about. It's special. So, when you do that, you know that you know more about where you're from because you grew up there. I called the new city manager today because I wanted to call him first. Because I was dropping it. If you drop a story first, right, you want to be the person to congratulate the person first. That's only fair, right, Sam? Because you're Ventura Forward. And that's what I said. Yo, Bill, Ventura Forward's calling. How you doing? Of course he's laughing. Right? And I want to be the first one. I called you yesterday to let you know I was dropping the story. It came out today. There's still a vote. We know they're going to vote you in. But Bulldogs in the front, let me hear you grunt. Who? Bulldogs in the back, show us where it's at. Right here. And that's our high school cheer. That's what it's all about. And I said, can you remember the last time that we had a city manager that was a bulldog, a syrup, a cougar, a dragon, right? Sam, what were you?
Cougar.
You're a cougar. My guy's a cougar over here, okay? Think of how many cougars there are in this town. We're not talking about the ladies. Mm-hmm. Men included. What's the term for a man, a good-looking older man?
Manther.
A manther. Really? Why is there some condescension about man, though? I don't know. Clean Up Ventura, give me 2 thumbs up. Have you heard the term manther before? Sam, what's the #1 growing account in SoCal Gypsy? Love you. What's the #1 growing account in city of Ventura, do you think?
Clean Up Ventura.
Clean Up Ventura. Meow meow for Callie. I can't read your first year stuff. No. Clean Up Ventura. He's laughing. Okay. Clean Up Ventura is going over 17,000. Clean Up Ventura, correct us if we're wrong. Wasn't it just a couple weeks ago or a few months ago that you were trying to get over 10,000? Right, Sam? And Steve called. Steve, you did not request to come in. You are totally flirting with us. Well, how could I call? I'm live on Instagram right now. No, I'm not picking the call up, Steve. Stop it. Call me later, cutie. Back to Clean Up Ventura. Sheriff A.U. will get to that too. I can't stop calling him Sheriff. It's Mr. City Manager. That's the big thing. So, clean up. He's growing. He knows it. Look at that. It was only 10,000. I told you. Clean up. Stop growing. If you could stop the account, could you do it? I don't know if you could. Go. Clean up. Go. Clean up. Go. Clean up. Your next goal is Visit Ventura. Can you take on the giant? Visit versus, what's the famous line he says? Not the Ventura, that Sunset magazine was telling you about. That's the tagline in Clean Up Ventura. Yeah. Sorry, you have to be a super fan.
Super fan.
Okay. Why is it important? What's Steve saying? How was X Games? Come on. X Games was 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. If you've been to X Games, you would have said the general admission ticket kind of was a little frustrating because everybody wants to see everything. If it's general admission, you should have the right to see everything if you're busting elbows. That's fair. So when you can't see something, I get it. I had the media pass. I'm at completely apples and oranges. So don't think that I'm judging. Okay, we have questions coming in here. Side note, how can I get more involved and impact more? Thank you for asking, Callie. We'll side note that. There's a city council meeting next Monday. Be there to start, okay? If not, make sure you follow Ventura Forward all the time. Everyone checking in live right now, I'm going to like what you got going on. Okay, boom. Boom. Everyone's liking here. I'm waving. I'm liking. If you've been sharing, if you're Ventura Forward tier, let's go. If you're late, you had a couple beers, and you're like thinking to myself, should I hit Ventura Forward live? And you hit it, and you're kind of thinking that you're by yourself in your jammies, and you're feeling weird because you're looking at Spencer. Let's go. Don't worry. You're not alone. I felt those feelings before. It feels kind of creepy and weird. Like, look at lovely Lupe Lane. Lovely Lupe Lane, never met you before. Look at Ever G. Okay, I'm on a little tap and wave here. Uh-oh. And there comes the water. And we know that 10:30. It's been a good stream, Sam. I don't think we can overtake it. We cannot overtake it. We're learning more every day. Here's the takeaway. A Bulldogs in the front. We have accountability. When you're hometown and you're the leader of your hometown, remember, we didn't make up this game. We didn't design the rules. My dad always said, this is America. If you don't like the rules, you have to follow them, but you can change them. Lovely, I see you. Did we put the homeless in Motel 6? Yes. Are you talking about Bobby? During X Games. No. Did this who's ever interacting right now? Hit more hearts. More hearts. I love it. Oh yeah, let's go. Okay? Steve, we did not. The problem is the studio has now been overblown by my Colgan water softener, which is okay. We're going to wrap it up here, though, and let you know we got big heart for everybody else. Bobby's going home tomorrow. Are you sure? I'll double check for you. If you're meaning by Harbor, that was when they transferred over about 4 or 6 weeks ago from Oxnard on Harbor. So that's a little bit different, Steve, but I do not think that there were actually vouchers issued for X Games. Okay? I'll check with you if you want, but I'm going to say no. Because if anybody would know, I would know. So, just kidding. Who keeps hearting here? Look at all these hearts. Sam, I think this must be one of my secret admirers here. And even though the water softener is going, I don't want to leave you guys. But you know I'll be back tomorrow, and we're going to keep doing our thing. Go to Patreon, support $5 a month at minimum. If you're loving Ventura Forward and you think that Spencer's making a difference, go give $5 a month. Seriously. Go to the link in Instagram. There's a Patreon account. You go to the website. You go and you support. I know. Dawn, come over. How do I change the timer on it? I need it. Dawn, come over here. I need that help. Isn't this the best live in Ventura? Yes. You know what, guys? On that note, until next time, we've got Ace Ventura. Howie's hanging out. I always got my boy Mike Frick by my side. Until next time, let's go.